Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fun puzzle in front of us. Now this is fun in a couple of ways. First off, it's a fog of war, so that's always fun. And secondly, by the setter's own admittance, as they wrote on the main page of this one was just silly, I have no excuse type of thing. So there's supposed to be some humor involved in this thing and in the way that the rules are set out, and we'll get into those in just a second, and it'll kind of become apparent of what's going on here. But let's dive into this thing. It's not supposed to be very difficult, so it should just be a nice, fun, might make you chuckle a few times sort of a puzzle. So it's called 3 in the Spotlight. So we know there's going to be a lot of 3 going on here. It's by sshrpe. We did a puzzle of recently, which is quite lovely, so this should be just as fun as well. So we've got normal Sudoku rules. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. Then we have 3 in the corner, 3 in the spotlight. So that's the eponymous reference to the REM song that occurs in some channels about 3's and corners. So every 3x3 box must have a 3 in the center or in one of its 4 corners. So every region is going to have a 3 in one of these 5 positions. It's either in the center or it's in one of the 4 corners. Then we have every whisper. So every constraint, which is line, dot, or cage, must include at least one 3. So if we were to have, let's say, a killer cage like this, there will have to be a 3 somewhere in that killer cage. If there's a Renban line, there will have to be a 3 somewhere on the Renban line, etc., etc. Then we have 3's company. So every 3 must be horizontally adjacent to the left or right to at least one multiple of 3. So if we were to put a 3 here, we'd have to have a multiple of 3 on at least one of the sides. And then I can 3 clearly now. The fog has gone. That's a good one. I like that. The grid is covered in fog. Placing a correct digit in any cell in the grid will clear fog from that cell. Placing a 3 correctly would also clear fog from cells elsewhere on the grid. Okay, so if we were to determine this digit, and it wasn't a 3, let's say it was a 1, and that was correct, this cell will clear, but nothing else will clear. Now, if we were to figure out this digit was a 3, this cell will clear, and then something else will clear elsewhere. So then we go into, it looks like these are the normal rule sets now. So Renban's, digits along a magenta line cannot repeat and must form a set of consecutive digits. So if this was a magenta line here, these would be a set of non-repeating consecutive digits. German whispers, consecutive digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. Again, we'll use this example. If there's a green line here, whatever this digit is, this one will be 5 away from it, this one 5 away from that one, and so on and so forth along the line, wherever it may go. And fittingly enough, we have a mod 3 constraint. So every set of 3 consecutive digits on a striped T line contain one digit each from the sets 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9. So I'm curious what it's striped with, but T line, these 3 digits, if we're using the same example, will be from one of each of those. And then that pattern will continue along the line. Then we have killer cages, so digits cannot repeat within a cage and must sum to the small number in the corner. So let's say this was a killer cage, there would be a number in the corner telling us what these 3 digits must value up to. And then finally we have Kropki dots. So cells separated by a white dot must contain digits which are consecutive. Cells separated by a black dot must contain digits such that one is double the other. So if this was a white dot, it's a black one, but at this, just as an example, if it was white, these would be consecutive digits. Because it's black, these are in a 1:2 ratio, 2:1 ratio, or as noted in the rules, one will be double the other. And those are the rules. So let's scroll up to the unique rules. I don't think we don't really need to focus on the icon 3 clearly now the fog is gone, because that would just occur. It's not actually telling us anything specific. So we'll leave it up to these 3, because these are kind of the oddball ones that we've not used before, so we might need to refresh our memory as to specifically what's going on with those. So anyway, enough of an intro. There's quite a few rules there, but nothing massively complicated that I can tell. So with that said, links in the description below. Let's have some fun with this thing. And again, I believe that's the whole point of this puzzle. Just to be a little bit goofy, a little bit fun, not too difficult. Just kind of get out there and enjoy ourselves on this thing. So let's get at it. I think I said link was in the description below, but if I didn't, it's down there. So where are we going to start? Well, obviously we're going to have to start here. Now, every whisper rule set said that every constraint must contain a 3. If that's the case, this has to be a 3-6 pair, because there's no other way to have the multiple of 2 to 1 work without that. And the 3 in the corner, 3 in the spotlight says that one of these will be a 3. Well, this is the only one that fits that. So this is 3 and this is 6. Now that's uncovered a bit of a German whisper and a Renban line. This is a 3 on a German whisper. This has to be 8 or 9. Now we're going to have to figure out this Renban. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 5 digits long, so there will always be a 5 on it, because no matter how you organize them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and anything between, it'll always have a 5. Now, we know that one of these will be a 3, but these can't be. So those are that. And, right, the every whisper constraint means that there must be a 3 on this Renban, and these two are not 3s, so this is. Okay, that opens up some more space. Cool. Now we know there's a 3 on this thing, and we know there's a 5, so there must be a 4 as well. I don't know that that helps us at the moment, but there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits on this German whisper. We're going to know that there is a 3 on it somewhere. So one of these two will be 3. We also know that one of these will be a 3. We can't necessarily say that this is the 3 to satisfy both of these, because it could be a 3 here, which does satisfy both those, and we could have a 3 here as well. Well, actually, we can't have a 3 here, can we? Because the 3s have to be in the corners or in the middle. Okay, so this has to be a 3, because we can't put a 3 in any of these positions for the German whisper alone. Therefore, this one will have to take up that slack. Okay, I guess this is what they mean by the striped teal line. I thought it would have like stripings across it like this, but okay, so that's what this is the mod 3 line then. Now these have to be from 8 and 9. These have to be low digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this one can't be the 4, and this has to be a high digit, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these can't be 3s by Sudoku. Now this 3 says this is either a 2 or a 4 as well. So, what does all that tell us now? Well, none of these can be 3s, so one of these two is. Again, this one can't be a 3 because it has to be a corner or a mid. One of these will be a 3 for the same reasoning. Now none of these can be 3s, so this has to be the 3 in box 1. That opens up more space here. We've got a big old Renban here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a Renban that has the digits 1 through 9 all included. One of them must be a 3, which can't be this one, 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 or this one. So this is 3. Okay, so we've opened up more information. And I was going to say, can we do more with this Renban before we move over to here? But I don't think so, because we know there's going to be an 8 and a 9 on it, and it can't be any of these, but there's still 3 options for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 7-cell Renban. We know it has a 3 on it, but that's already taken care of here. Actually, let's just look at 3s. That's the easier way to go about this. This is a 3. That opens up more space. Let's think about where can a 3 go down here? Well, it can't go there, so it goes here. That keeps opening up more stuff. None of these can be 3, so one of these is. Good. Now we've cleared a lot of the fog. Good. Now, What more? Well, we know, well, this 3 actually isn't too helpful on our mod 3, because it's the only digit on this thing that isn't, or only set of digits that isn't repeating. So this and this will be from the same mod set, and this will be from the same mod set. Do we want to look through those options right now, or do we want to maybe go into our German whispers a bit more? This could be 1 or 2, because it has to be low and it can't be 4 or 3. This goes back up high, 7, 8, 9. This goes back down low, 1, 2, and 4. Oh wait, the 8, 9 here says this is a 7. If it's a 7, this can't be a 4. Now we know what these 2 digits are. They are 5 and 4. So 4, 5. I don't think that really does a whole lot there. I guess we know there is no 8 or 9 on this Renban, but I don't know that that's doing too much because we have 3 different digits that aren't on it at the moment. We just happen to know that 2 of them aren't. What else do we have? This 3 says this is either 2 or 4 because of the Kropki. Now we have to... Oh, let's look at this. I didn't even see this. I mean, I saw it for a second when this 3 popped, but I completely went blind to what this 10 clue was. This has to be 1, 2, and 4, because the only way you can make 10 in 4 digits is 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we already have the 3, that's that. There's no 4 there. Okay. Like I say, we don't know much about this killer cage yet. Is there any other... There's no other clue at the moment that doesn't have a 3 on it. So we can't go there. The 3s in the corner 3 and the spotlights have been used pretty much to their extent. So the next thing might be to think about rows and how they affect the mod 3. Just taking a quick glance, see if there's anything else that might be of use there. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so we can do something with this mod 3. Okay, good. Because we know this is the only digit of the 3, 6, 9 group that can be on this mod 3, there has to be a 6 and a 9 off of it. So these are 6 and 9. 6, 9, this can't be 7 or 8. Good. Now, again, that doesn't quite tell us what's what, but we can, well, we know there's a 5, 8 in one of these 2, well, one of either these 2 or these 2, because we don't have those digits anywhere else in this region, and they are part of the same mod 3 group. We also have a 7 on here somewhere, and that 7 is going to go with either a 1 or a 4. Which means we have a 1, 2, 4, so the 7 has to go up here somewhere. So if one of these is the 7, the other one is from 5 or 8. These down here are either 5, 8. I don't know if I want to put that in, to be honest with you. I think that might get a little bit cloudy. And I think I'll remove this as well. But we essentially know that it's the 7 has to go up here, because we can't put 1, 2, or 4. We have to have a 5 and an 8 that goes with it, and then this is going to be whatever grouping these end up being. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to mark that. I think that this is where we want to stay with that for the moment. And let's think about how we can continue from here. What about these Renbans? We know there's a 1 on this thing. A 5, no, not 5, a 7, and a 6 in here, which tells us this is not a 6, because we can't put a 6 in any of these positions, so it must go on the Renban. You can't repeat a 6 on the Renban. So this is 9, this is 6. Which means one of these is 9 and one of these is 6. Not the greatest marking there, but it is what it is. The 6 says this is a 1, though, which means this isn't. And this is not 1 or 6. Good. Now, the 8 has to go over here on our Renban, because it can't go anywhere else now. The 9 is already up here. We also have to now put a 2 on this thing. So this is 1, 2, 6, and 7. Or is that accurate? No, because this could still be a 2, and the 2 could go over here, couldn't it? Okay, yeah, let's forget that bit of information there for a second. Is there anything else that's being pushed onto this thing? I guess not. We might have to start looking at this guy. Just making sure there's nothing else. Well, okay, that's something. One of these is the 6, because we know we have 6s here, and we have a 6 here. So there is no 6 on this Renban. If there's no 6, and we know there's a 5, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we said this can't be 1, 2, or 4, so it is the 5. We can get rid of these markings. This is not 1, so we get a 2, 4 pair. It's going to somewhat inform what these digits are. They are from 5, 6, 7, and 8. This can't be 5 or 6. This is not 7. That's not the greatest, but it's almost got us something. These are from 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s, though. This one obviously is not 6. And these can't be 7s because of that. Okay, so now we know actually that this is that 7-8 pair because of this 5. Because we said this had to go with either a 5 or an 8 because we needed one from the 2, 5, 8 grouping and we couldn't use the 2. So this is a 7-8 pair. That means these are not 8s. That's a 6, 9. This is not. We get a 7-8 pair going on down there. Okay. Anything else this is telling us now? Not necessarily. I was going to go back to this again, but we still need a 5 on one of these. But the other digit is still... Well, I guess it has to be a 4, doesn't it? Because we've used up the 5 and the 8s. Or does it have... Yeah, it has to be a 5, because there's nowhere else to put a 5. So the 5, 8 is done with. So we can't put a 2 on this thing, which means this is 2. And this will be a 4, 5. Because we have to have something that goes with the 7, and we can't use the 1 anymore. So these are not 4s, which means this is. Okay. I don't know that we want to mark these, because they are going to be from 7s, 8s, and 9s, but it's not really helpful at the moment. Okay. Is there anything else that's looking up and down that we've put through here that we can use to further the cause? Doesn't really look like it. We get a 4 or 5 pair here, but I don't know if that's doing too much. Okay. Now, this 2 didn't do anything here either. So let's start thinking about some of these other clues. Like this one. We know this has a 3 on it. we said it was 7 digits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to have a 3 on it. 4, 5, and 6, and 7. And then, and I'm just kind of putting these out there for the moment. We'll come back and mess with this. It could be 1, 2, or 8, 9. Or it could be 2, 8, would be another way to go about it. Now, I kind of hate this marking, but it might be useful. I mean, because essentially you're putting every single digit on these things as possibilities, and then we could remove. I don't know how helpful this is, though, because none of these are 3's. Does that actually do anything for us? I don't know that it does. This can't be 4 or 5 either. I was hoping to find something that was obvious down here. Well, no. I was going to say, I think we could have said something about whether it used the 1, 2, 8, or 9, but I don't think we really can. Okay, well, it was worth a look-see. Didn't seem to turn out for anything, though. So, what more do we want to say? The 7 doesn't help us. The 3 doesn't help us. We still don't know what's going on with this. We got to get some digits down here where we can start getting rid of some of this fog. Or we need to figure out where the 3's go to help open things up. So, do we have anything that's going to help us out here? Any digits here? We know there's a 5 and a 6 on this thing. Not necessarily. Is there anything more with this guy we can do? It already has a 3 and a 9. It needs every other value. We know the 1s, 6s, and 7s go over here. It will need a 2 at some point, but we couldn't quite determine where it goes. It could go here, or it could go in any of these. It needs 4s and 5s. One of them's here. The other one could go multiple places, I guess. Well, it can't go here, I guess. But it could be any of these other ones. Yeah, I'm not seeing ton there at the moment. What is it? I don't think we have enough to really do any kind of Sudoku. Yeah, there's not much doing. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have to figure out these guys. Let me go back to the 3's company. I forgot about that rule set. Yeah, that's what it is. Well, no, it's not, because the 3 here can go with the 6 or the 9. So we don't care about any of these. This 3 could go with a 9 here or a 6 on any of these 2 positions. I'm guessing 1 is not considered a multiple of 3. Because you can't multiply 3 by something to get to 1. That makes sense, I guess. This guy already has what's going on. This 3 is already flanked by a 9, so it doesn't tell us anything about this. What about down here? Now, the problem is we don't know anything about what's going on over here. So we can't really make determinations there. These 3's, there could be 6's and 9's in any of these positions. There could be a 6 over here. There could be a 9 in any of these. Well, this one can never be associated with this guy because this can't be 6 or 9 or 1, even if that is being taken into account or not. But one of these two could easily be... Oh no, it has to be horizontally. Okay, I read that wrong. Horizontally adjacent. Okay, so let's go back and think of this is horizontal. This one has a horizontal. We know this one already has. One of these two will need a horizontal affiliation. Now, that doesn't necessarily say that this can't be from 4, 5, or 8, because this could be the 3 and this could be a 9. That would be possible. This one here will have to be from 6 or 9 because of the horizontal. Again, I don't think 1 is going to be considered, so which gives us a 6-9 pair, but it doesn't really do much. This one here has to be as well the 6 or the 9, and that's not seeing anything. And we're going to have the same situation as here with these guys. Well, I guess this can't be a 6 or a 9. So this one has to be. Because we have the 6-9 pairing. So this ends up being a 6 or 9, and it'll take care of either one of these. And the same is going to be true where we said we couldn't rule this one out prior, but now we can because these are 6s and 9s. So this one also has to be a 6 or a 9, which means none of these are 6s or 9s. Okay, let's get rid of those. What else does this say for us? That seems to be everything that is going to help us with. There's no real restriction on where the 9s can go in this column. Again, this guy doesn't restrict anything really. Well, I thought that was going to get us something because I wasn't paying attention to it previously, but it still doesn't seem like that determines what's what. We know one of these is a 9. So there's nothing more to do there. And there doesn't appear to be anything looking at it that would tell us which one is which. Okay, so there must be something with these Renbans that I'm just not seeing. The question is, what is it? Not seeing anything on any columns. Again, this 6-9 pair doesn't do a ton other than it removed a couple of options. Just making sure there's not something else I'm missing here. I've used a 3 on every single constraint that we have so far. Okay. Now, this being a 6 or a 9 doesn't necessarily say anything to us, right? I guess it actually does. This can't be a 9, oddly enough, because if it is a 9, we also have to put an 8 onto this Renban, and it can't go here. Well, that would break this. So this is a 6, which means this is a 9, and that is correct. So these are not 6s, which means these are not 6s, which means this is a 6. Okay. What else? It still means that we can't put a 9 in any of these locations. Now, this could still be a 9. Because then we can put an 8 over here, but that's not breaking this one. But we can't put the 9s in here, because it would cause a 9 and an 8 to go in this region. Okay. 3, 4, 5, and 8. Let me see if that's right. 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, that's a quad. 3, 4, 5, 8, which means this is the only place the 9 goes. And okay, the 7. We have to have a 7 on the Renban, and now that we push the 7 down here, this one can't be, so this one is. That gives us 8, 7. That removes the 8s from all these and puts a 5 here, which means these are a 6, 7 pair. This is an 8, 9 pair, and we can just put those in. 8 and 9, there we go. This can't be 8. Anything else that does for us? Or if the 6 or the 7 or something like that now tells us anything. There has to be a 1 here, so this is not a 1. Okay, so there is no 1 on this thing. That does force an 8 onto the Renban, which means one of these 3. Don't think that actually helps us there, but it is what it is. We still have the 6, 9 pair. We've got to find places for 1s, 2s, 4s, and 5s. This can't be a 1. That's about the only reduction I think we have for that column. We still don't quite know what these are in total either. Because it's 1, 2, 4, and 5 are the options. The only thing we know goes on here, though, are the 1 and the 7. One of these will be a 9, and it can't be that one, or that one. Actually, that works. So if we think about the row, none of these can be 9s, so one of these 3 is. This one can't be because we already have a 9 on the Renban. This can't be because of the 6, 9 pair. So this is 9. Now we know what goes on this thing completely. So it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. What else? Because I don't know that that necessarily gave us a lot here either. Is there anything we can definitely put on some of these things? Oh, I didn't put the 7 on here. Oh, wrong button. Okay. Looking. 2, 4, 5, 7. No, because we trying to think of what can go with this 8. I don't know that we can limit it just yet. Or maybe we can look at this column a little further. Again, it's 1, 2, and 8 that has to go on it. This can't be an 8, so one of these 2 is. What about this digit? It can't be 1 because of the Renban. It could be a 2, can't be a 3. Guess it could be a 4 or a 5, and then 8. Okay. Thought that might get us somewhere, but it doesn't seem like it did. We've got to have something that's breaking into these guys now. I just got to find it. Still, I don't think we're to a point where Sudoku's giving us anything. We've been sitting on those 3's for a while, and everything else is kind of, oh, this can't be a 5, I guess. Maybe it doesn't hurt to go through them real quick and see if we can figure something out. One of those is a 6, not helpful. Doesn't sort those out. Got more 7s than I thought we would. Just means one of those 2 is. That doesn't do much either. The 8, not really, and then the 9s. Now we did have a little bit of a... but it's still not quite enough to do much of anything with them. So, can we go back to maybe our 3's companies? No, because I think we're still at the point where we have those laid out. And we haven't lessened any of those constraints. Okay. This is not a 1. We knew that already. Just I'd put in the central mark there. Where the heck is this thing? Four, 2, 4. This is always a 1. There we go. I just didn't see that. This is the only place a 1 can go on the row, which means this is a 2-8 pair, which means this is a 4-5. There we go. That's something. We now have a 4 on the Renban, so none of these can be. Let's get rid of that marking. We don't need it. Did that do anything else for us? This can't be a 5. What are these digits? We need 2, 4, and 8. Oh, this is the only place for a 5 on this row as well. So this is going to have to be the 5, which gets rid of these as 5s. 2, 3, 4, 8 quad. Interesting little quads that are going on here. So there's no 2 on this thing, which means one of these is a 2, which this is a 2-8 pair. Therefore, this is 4. That 3, oh, that gives us, okay, so the 3 did wrap something up there. This is 8. This is 4. That becomes 2, 8. That becomes a 2. We know this is the 157 now, so that all seems to be working. We know this is a 3, and that clears the rest of the fog. This 3 has to go with either a 2 or a 4, and it can't be a 4. There we go, 2. Then we can go 1, 2. This has to be 4. This has to be 1 and 2. And, okay, so we got this guy now, which forces this to be a 6. That's now 9, so this is a 1. This is not 1, so this is. Let's get rid of this marking that we don't need. And let's try to get this thing finalized. What are these 3 digits? They're 1, 2, and something. 5, I think it is. Yes. This one, of course, is not 1. And it can't be 2. So this is 5. This is 1. That forces this to be 2 and 1. Good. And these 2 digits are going to be 6, 9, and 7, it seems. This one can't be 6. This can't be 9. Okay. This is, okay, here we go. The column. This is 6 or 7. We have a 6 over here. So this is 7. 6, 7. That 7 says this one is the 9, 6, 7. That's going to give us our 9 and our 6. And all right, we're going to have to finish. Okay, here 4 here says this is 5 and 4. Good. Now we can use the mod 3 because these two are going to be from the same grouping of mod 3's. So therefore this is the 7 and the 8. That clears the 9 and the 8. The 5 clears the 7, 5. And now we just need to fill in the last bits of information. So good. These are 1 and 8. So this one is the 8. This is the 1. That clears our 2, 8. This is a given digit of 4. These two have to be 5 and 6. So it's 5, 6. These two have to be 2 and 8. 8, 2. These have to be 5 and 9. 9, 5. And then we're going to get these last couple digits. This is 7. This is 4. There we go. Solve the puzzle. Solution is correct. So 41 minutes. Took a minute. I kind of got stuck at a point there, but fun puzzle. And again, a little bit goofy, but I'm a fan of Goofy. Even the Disney character. I know, bad jokes. But really fun puzzle. And I really like hamming it up on the 3 here. We're making rule sets that are very specific to a 3. So real fun puzzle. Everything worked out quite lovely once we got into it. So great puzzle. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.